So for this problem, you can see here we have the string, and then they want to us to count like on the substring. It contains the occurrence of ABC. So ABC here is a one count. So ABCI also need to be count, and this one also need to be count. So um, as explanation, we can have this ABC, ABCI, ABCIB, and this one also. Besides that, we also can have BCI, BCIB. So if we do the brute force, means that for each substring start from A here, we need to do on the uh, right side until for each one. And if the start from here, we do on the left side from here. So it will be n power 2 for brute force. Now if we go with two pointer, we can do it like the time complexity is on. So let's see how we can do two pointer with this one. So for example, at beginning, I can say my left is here, my right is here, right? So what I can say is I can have the when the left and right like this. So when the right like here, I can have the you can think that I have the map, or maybe because of here is just A, B, C, right? So you can have the map because maybe it's not A, B, C, it can be like D, E, F or something, but so you can have the map. What is the key of the map? The key of the map is the, so for example, A, you can think is 0, B, you can think is 1, C, you can think it is 2, something like that. So map can be the long, and the value is a counted, right? So the character value, and here is the how many times the character already uh, how many times the character appear, the frequent of the appear in the window, right? How many times the character appear in window, right? So with this, so for example, here you can say if my lab is here, my map will be 0 and 1, right? So my map is something like this, right? So I have 0 and 1 because why? Because here I is 1. So with this one, what I do, I will check whether this one is valid or not, right? It's not valid. So then I will move. Then I can move. If it's valid, I will move left to make it not valid. But here is not valid, then I move R, right? So I move R to here. You can see is IB. So my map become, because B equal with 1, so I can say 1 and 1, right? So here to say B, here to say, or you can make is a character here, depends on you, right? So here you have A is 1, B is 1. Then you move here. So here you have what? You have um, C and 1. Then C exit one time. So now you can see this one is a valid window, and we can always run step 2 mean like why this one is a valid window. I will move the left side. I move left side 1. So when I move left side, what I do is I need to reduce the A, right? So I check why the window is valid, right? Then move left move left pointer, right? But note here, before move left pointer need to update the map, right? So here you can see, because so, and here I have to think, need to say how to say the window is valid. We need to say window is valid when window is valid when the map has a character of A and B and C, right? So you can say map dot get a, right? The character a need to be greater than 0, right? It need to be at least 1. And map get b and map get c, right? Greater than 0. So here mean valid. So when it valid, I move left here. Then here I can say my left equal 1, my right equal 2, my map. What is my map now? Say my map because I'm I move the left to from 0 to 1, so I remove the a out already, right? So my one is only like this. Now we say after that one I have this one, but the important thing here, left is at 1 and we just move it, right? So we know the left minus 1 here, left minus 1 to the right, it is the minimum of ABC. The minimum of the character needed here. In this case is the IBC. So it's a minimum of IBC here. And then and so the important the um, the substring from left minus 1 to right is the minimum substring of A, B, C, right? So it means that what? It means that the from left minus 1 until the 0. So for example, let's say here I have 0. Let's say here I have some 0 and we are left minus 1 here, rise to here. We can say from this I back to 0 here. If we have how many number here, it is exactly how many way. This one will be the um, correct substring to contain the ABC. Right. So let me you just remember like this. So now with this current one, the result will be result will be what? Will be the result plus the left, right? Because from 0 to L minus 1, you can say it like this. So how many way? It will be L left way, right? So for example, left is 5, right? So if you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If left is a 5, then 4 is a left minus 1. So you will have how many ways? You have from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 ways, right? So it exactly equal left here. So that's why here we have rest equal rest plus left equal 0 plus 1 equal 1. Now, for example, you move right here. You can see when you move right here, you added it to the map again. So your map, how it look like. So your left will be 3, right? And your map here, the left still 1. So your map here will be uh, B, B1, C1, and A also 1, right? So now this one is ready. So if you see here, you can say you have how many way? You have A, B, C, I. You have BCI is one way, and then you on this BCI you have blood with this I you have 2, right? So here you have BCI and BCI and plus the I up front, right? Back here. So you have 2 way, right? 2 way, and this 2 way as I explained. Now you see if like this we do the same step. Why the window is valid? This one is valid. Then I move the left pointer, right? So I move left pointer here. So I can copy here again, right? I can copy here again. Then the left now equal what? The left now equal 2. The right equal 3. And it's not valid anymore, right? That's why we stop it, right? When it's not valid, we will move the right to make it valid. When it's valid already, we move the left to make it not valid. Yeah. So here you can see now if left equal 2 and it's not valid, means that the left minus 1, right? Left minus 1 until the right will be valid, right? Left equal to here is a not valid, means that the left minus 1 to right is a valid window. So left minus 1 here is a b is a 1 here. So this one is a valid. So when this one is a valid, as I explained last time here, it means that how many character before it. If you have how many character before this index 1, so you just plot with the 1, you will have the number of the substring what is valid until the right here, until the right equal 3, right? So here for this one you have BCI is 1 and plus this one character, so you have 2, right? So 2 it is from so 0 to 1, so how many y? 0 and 1 is a 2y, and it exactly equal with left, right? So that's why the main point, very magic here is why the rest left. So I try to explain plus left because when we move the left here until 2, so actually the correct window is left minus 1 to the right. And because it's a correct, the minimum correct window, valid window already, how many character before the one? For example, here you have 1, then you just use that 1 plus this one, then you have 2y. So you just use the rest plus with that 2, right? Now I will move again. So when I move here will be more easy for you to understand. So now you have left equal 2 and right equal 4, right equal 4, and your map, right? Your map, it will be A1, B1, and C1, right? C1. So now what you do is you can move the left here, or more, 3. So you can move the left first, or you don't want to move left, depends on you, but you can do here, and then you can. So if this one is a correct, means that how many character here? You have 2, right? 2 plus with this one is a 1 correct, so means that at the right equal 4 you have 3y. So at right equal 4 we have 3y of the substring. So what is that? So it will be CIB, right? It will be CIB. Then plus B here. You have BCIB, and then plus I here. You have plus I into this one. You have I B C I B, right? So you have 3y, and this 3y plus with before that you already have 3y, so you have 6y until the 4, right? Yeah. So now I can. So now with this we can start writing the code. So the code is very easy. Firstly, you have the character here, and then you can have the uh, and then you can have the integer, right? So here you can have frequent map equal new hash map, right? And then this one will be, of course, you can put all of them is 0. It depends on you, right? So now we can say, so you can have right equal 0 and left also equal 0. So firstly, we say the right min equals 0, smaller and right smaller than s dot size dot length, right and right plus. And here what we can do is firstly we add it to the map, right? So you can put it is put the s dot char at right, and then what you can put is a frequent map dot get or default, right? So you can have the RC, right? Here if you want you can write like that, it can be easier for you, right? So you can have the RC. So here you put the RC first, right? And so firstly, you add it into the map. Now the second step, check if the window is valid, then we move the right. So how to check the window is valid? We can say frequency map dot get what? You have A, right? So put A here and get, you can put get or default because sometimes we don't have enough the right. So put O and O. If this one greater than 0, then we also need to have this one also greater than 0 and this one also greater. So here you have B and C, right? If both of them all of them greater than this one, means that this one is a valid window. So for example, here you can see it is a valid window. What we need to do is move left. But before move left, remember to deduct that first, right? So if it's like that, means that it's already contained. So what we can do is just very easy. That put again the free. So you can say I have the char of left character, right? Left character will be char of left, right? And then you can say put into the LC frequent map dot get or here we always have this, so we don't need to be worried, right? So I will put it into -1 and then I put like this, and then I will do LC plus. Okay, so if until this step mean we found what we found left and right is not valid window, and it mean left -1, the substring of left -1 to right will be valid window, right? So for example, if I found the CIB is valid, I move left here. So AB is not valid, right? But I found my left -1 mean here's a 3, right? Mean from 2 to 4 here is a valid, and because of this valid on I just so so this one is a valid, so how many way from beginning to this one we make it valid? Of course it's very easy. This one is a one way plus 2 plus 3, right? So it's like 0 1 until left -1. That one will actually exactly with left way, right? That's why we have rest with left here. After that we just return rest, right? Oh, sorry, let me remove here. Just is that left. Oh, sorry, I put the left here. Let me put it 0. So if frequency I see. Okay. So you can see here, and then when we submit, okay. So here is a way to do that. Just remember the first step, the right always move, always move. And each time right move means that we are trying to find the valid window. Once we find the valid window, we will move the left until to make it become invalid window. So we keep moving the left to make that window is not valid. When we find that not valid, means that the left minus one until the right is the valid one. And then how many way to we have the window here valid. If it can contain this, how many way we have? So it's just the left way. It's just rest plus equal left, right? So I hope you like it. If you have any concern or any way better, just please let me know. If you like it, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much for watching.